why is it that at 9:44 p.m. when I need to be getting ready for bed and I look very tired, and I am tired, I finally have some kind of energy to make a video. There we go. ADHD and all that, and procrastination, and a little bit of overwhelm of what the hell am I going to make videos on, even though I've been wanting to do this for some time, and now I don't know, put too much pressure on myself or something, and I just decided, you know what, I am just going to show you some books. That's where we are, basically. So, yeah. My 3 favourite books, fiction books, because I've probably read less than 50, in my life, probably. And it seems to be the ones that are a little bit more controversial / could be guilty pleasures, seem to stick out to me a lot more, and it's just the way it is. Sorry about the way I'm talking, I'm just tired and done for the day, the week, whatever. Yeah, my three shall we say 3 of my favourite books, because I just think there's probably so much more great books out there. I just haven't read them. And I definitely don't often feel that I have the same tastes and interests as like what people who typically read a lot of books have. Maybe this one. I think this one's often quite popular, and possibly a guilty pleasure. Depending on the way you look at it. Call Me by Your Name. I watched the film and I cried and I was heartbroken, and I was blown away by how beautiful the film is and how it's made, that I could not resist reading the book. So yeah, I read the book and I already knew like what the characters look and sound like and stuff like that, and that's like maybe the disadvantage of watching the film first. But some people say you should watch the film first, some people think that you should read the book first. I don't know, I don't really care. I just really felt the need to read the book, so I read it, really liked it, and I like Find Me as well. The second one is about a student who comes to stay at with this family in Italy, and he is I don't know, I want to say 25, and then the boy who lives there, who's I think 17, over time they end up falling in love, and this is what the book is about basically. I think it's set in the 1980s. The music and the cinematography in the movie is just stunning, and the book does not disappoint. The writing, the film does the writing justice. Yeah, it's just wonderful, and there's lots of different little parts within the film. I'm just talking about the film here. There's little parts within the film that make you really if you look into what that might mean, and yeah, I like doing that. But yeah, really nice book. Recommend it to people who like that kind of thing. A second book I'm going to share, which could be another one that surprises people. I don't know. A Signature of All Things by Elizabeth Gilbert. This book is about a woman who becomes a botanist. It's the story of her entire life, I think. And yeah, talks a lot about her childhood, and then I think it's in separate parts. I can't remember. It was a few years ago when I read it. I also haven't touched this book. I had it on Kindle, and that's when then I asked for the book for Christmas, and I just haven't read it again. But I will do at some point. But it's absolutely captivating for me. I couldn't put it down. I just wanted to carry on reading it, and that doesn't happen very often with books, I must say. Yeah, I think it's a wonderful book, and I'm just going to read the back because that'd be easier for me. I relate to the character. You know, it's a book that can be quite adult in some places, and this one can be as well. Actually, so can my third one. I'm so tired. I'm getting notifications coming through. Go away. Yeah, so oh my god, what is going on? I just connected to the internet or something. I'm just gonna try and ignore them. Really stunning book as well. And the main character is, like I said, like a scientist, and I relate to her thinking style, and I think that she you know, is suddenly becomes very drawn into sort of the more spiritual side of life and giving life meaning. And you know, I've often thought that oh my gosh, I can't talk and I'm so tired. I've tended to be very atheistic, I don't know, something like that, agnostic, whatever, and not really found meaning the way that a lot of people do. And I've, you know, the last few years of my life been really drawn to spirituality in my own more rational way, and get like finding more meaning and appreciation of like nature and life in general, and finding connections between things to be quite magical. You know, I don't know how else to explain that. It's very not my strong point, clearly. So from the moment Alma Whitaker steps into the world, everything about life intrigues her. Instilled with an unquenchable sense of wonder by her father, a botanical explorer and the richest man in the New World, Alma is raised in a house of luxury and curiosity. It is not long before she becomes a gifted botanist in her own right, but as she flourishes and her research takes her deeper into the mysteries of evolution, the man she comes to love draws her in the opposite direction, into the realm of the spiritual, the divine, and the magical. So that's why this book holds a space in my heart, because it does lead down some more mystical kind of roads, and that's something that, you know, I like to read a lot of books on, like mystical things and occultism and yeah, that kind of stuff, because it really interests me, and I like to add more meaning into life itself, and I find that doing so makes me appreciate life more and gives me more joy, and that should be okay enough, you know, providing that I still have some kind of underlying understanding to justify why I believe what I believe, you know. Maybe I'll talk about that one more, that kind of thing more one day. And then we have my third one, a controversial book by Anthony Burgess called The Clockwork Orange. And this book was also made into a film. Signature of All Things wasn't. I don't think it probably could be made easily into a film. Sorry. So yeah, I watched The Clockwork Orange when I was a teenager, despite it being like quite a anyway, what was I saying? What I love about this is the way that it is written, and I absolutely adore this back bit here. Oh, it's not quite near the back. the Nadsat glossary, because throughout the book there's slang, and the creator of this is Anthony Burgess. It's just incredible. So you're reading the book and you come across slang, you know, every maybe every few lines, or maybe every couple of lines, or maybe every line. Every so often there's slang, and you get the translation of what that word means. I think I like the verbs the most, but I love the words that are used. Chepuka means nonsense. It's just really goober means lip. To raz, to tear. What else have we got? Probably my favourite one, to vidi, is to see. Yeah. I loved reading this book and trying to learn the slang, and I probably didn't learn it fully. You know, I'd have to read it probably a few times to fully remember every word. But every time I was reading, I was looking back, and I don't know, I just really enjoyed doing that, and I just loved the way it is written. Yeah, basically it's about a man who is in a gang, and I think it's supposed to be set in the future, in a dystopian kind of world, I guess. And he goes out into the world and does violence and commits crimes and things, and then he is taken to prison. He's basically experimented on with this experimental treatment, so that whenever he sees things, or maybe hears things as well, or basically he is made so he feels really unwell when he probably thinks about or sees or something like that, violence. So he's put in front of violent things happening with his eyes wide open, that they're held open, and he's being given drops probably to keep the moisture in or something. And I'm missing a part there because there's got to be something that then makes him feel ill, and I'm missing a part there because it's been a while since I watched the film and I've read the book. And it's a question of ethics, is it right to do that to a person? Yeah, it's interesting in multiple ways. So I do recommend the book, A Clockwork Orange, if you have not read it already. I did want to go through and pick out bits to read, but I'm just tired and I can't be bothered to find them. So yeah, maybe I can. Oh yeah, I was looking through quotes. Let's just pick out a quote from each one. The signature of all things. I would like to spend the rest of my days in a place so silent and working at a pace so slow that I would be able to hear myself living. I really took my time to find that quote for you. We rip out so much of ourselves to be cured of things faster than we should, that we go bankrupt by the age of 30 and have less to offer each time we start with someone new. But to feel nothing so as to feel anything, what a waste. So that was Call Me By Your Name. And my brothers, it was real satisfaction to me to waltz left 2 3 right 2 3 and carve left cheeky and right cheeky, so that two curtains of blood seemed to pour out at the same time, one on either side of his fat, filthy, oily snout in the winter starlight. An eye for an eye, I say. If someone hits you, you hit back, do you not? Why then should not the state very severely hit you by brutal hooligans not hit back also? But the new view is to say no. The new view is that we turn the bad into the good, all of which seems to me grossly unjust. I just love the way it's written. Okay, goodbye.